AICTE and technical education institutions have played a pivotal role in transforming India into an innovation hub by promoting cutting-edge research, entrepreneurship, and industry-relevant skills. Through initiatives like incubation centers and innovation challenges, they foster a culture of creativity and problem-solving. Today our experts panel is here to shed some light on the efforts that drive the growth of India's startup ecosystem, empowering young entrepreneurs and fueling economic progress.
Namaskar. Entrepreneurship and startup culture have emerged as key drivers of economic growth, innovation, and job creation in India. As the nation aspires to become a global hub for innovation, technical education institutions play a vital role in nurturing entrepreneurial talent and fostering spirit of innovation among students. In today's discussion, I wish to focus on the growth of entrepreneurship and the vibrant startup ecosystem in India, highlighting the critical role played by All India Council for Technical Education and technical educational institutions in the country. And for that, I have with me four gentlemen who represent the most illustrious technical education institution of the country. We have Dr. Prakash, Registrar of Anna University, Dr. Abhay Jere, Vice Chairman, All India Council for Technical Education, and CIO, Innovation Cell of Ministry of Education at AICTE, Professor S.G. Bhurid, Vice Chancellor, College of Engineering, Pune, and Dr. BMSR Murthy, Director, IIEST, Shibpur, one of the oldest engineering colleges of the country. So friends, we are here to discuss what role the incubation centers and innovation labs play in fostering a startup culture at your institution. I'll start with Prakash.
Thank you, sir. In Anna University, we have an excellent research and innovation ecosystem. Is in place, and AU is promoting innovation, product development, and entrepreneurial development through exclusive facilitation centers. We have Center for Sponsored Research and Consultancy, Technology Enabling Center, Atal Incubation Center, and Center for Entrepreneurship Development, Biotechnology Industry Research Assistant Council, again EUR Center, and we have Anna University Neyveli Lignite Corporation India Limited Innovation Hub for Energy, Environment and Sustainability. So these are the various centers that are functioning at Anna University, and we promote innovation. And we have also evolved a policy, a startup policy for faculty as well as for students, and it got approved in the apex body, that is the syndicate of Anna University. And the National Hub for Healthcare Instrumentation Development, which was supported by DST, the funding support that we have received to the tune of 12.4 crore, this is meant for indigenous design and development of medical devices. The sector that we are trying to focus is healthcare instrumentation and development. And also Anna University was awarded the coveted UPE status, University with Potential for Excellence in the field of biomedical engineering and instrumentation, and we received funding support to the tune of 35 crore from UGC, and we have developed a lot of indigenous medical devices. So this center is this hub is playing a big role, and the center collaborates with doctors, technicians as well as scientists, and they involve in indigenous product development. This is that's the role of National Hub for Healthcare Instrumentation Development. And then we have this UR Center, which promotes applied research and innovation in the field of biotechnology. And we have the NLC supported research and innovation hub, which supports in the field of manufacturing, transport, energy, health, education, agriculture, water and sanitation. These are the areas which are promoted by the national hub, that is the NLC hub. And the technology enabling center, that is also in a big way, it promotes commercialization of technologies. So far, in the last year, 7 technology transfer had happened, and they act as an interface between industry and Anna University. And we have Center for University Industry Collaboration, which also act as an interface between university and industry, and through them we have established many center of excellence, and we have organized many hackathons, mobathons, And the reason, one of the initiatives which I would like to share with you is under non-Mudalvan scheme, the Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, they have conducted a hackathon named Niral Thiruvizha. Niral Thiruvizha, the Tamil name for hackathon is Niral Thiruvizha, and from different government departments, 65 problem statements have been identified across 10 themes. They are agriculture and food technology, clean and green technology, education for health and medical technology, heritage and culture, renewable and sustainable energy, smart manufacturing, smart town city, waste management, water and soil conservation. These are the, across these 10 themes, 65 problem statements have been identified from different government departments. 295 institutions had participated, and we had received around 28,450 students participated in this hackathon, facilitated with Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, and around 9,032 faculty members are involved, and we have received almost more than 8,000 ideas were received from different students, of which now we have shortlisted 10,000 ideas were shortlisted, and subsequently further shortlisting happened. For each idea, Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation provided 10,000 rupees funding support, and then further it was shortlisted to 144, and further it was proved down to 50, and for the 50 selected ideas, the Tamil Nadu government is going to give 1 lakh a voucher program, innovation voucher program, and further for the further enhancement of the product development, the government will support, and for all this, Anna University played a big role.
Thank you, Dr. Prakash. But I would like to also tell you, you have a large number of AICTE affiliated colleges, approved colleges.
Yes, for all this is for all the AICTE approved colleges only participated in this. 295 institutions participated.
My question is, how these institutions within themselves have really functioned as a incubators
and in
startups culture. How is that?
So in every engineering institution there is an ED cell, sir. Environment, the entrepreneurship development cell is there, and our cell, the entrepreneurship development cell functioning at Anna University, act as a hub, and others know as a hub and spoke model. And we organize a lot of like, for example, capacity building workshop, training programs on entrepreneurship, startups, and then we do organize hackathon, mobathon. So we promote through this ED cell, we promote entrepreneurship and startups.
Thank you very much. So that means a lot of ecosystem is in place.
Yeah, an excellent ecosystem is in place.
And maybe they are also interacting with large number of activities AICTE conducts, like Smart India Hackathon or Singapore India Hackathon. Now we have a very distinguished person in entrepreneurship and innovation, who also led as a chief innovation officer before he became the vice chairman of AICTE. The entire innovation activities as early as 2017. So, Dr. Jere, I would like you to little bit elaborate on the journey, your journey as a CIO and then now as vice chairman in taking innovation and entrepreneurship to the next level in a nation, which actually this activity is very, very important actually for the nation. Please.
Thank you, Professor Sitharam. Basically, sir, when we are talking about now entrepreneurship, when we are talking about innovation, when we actually started, I'm really thankful to AICTE, because AICTE first gave us the platform when I was not part of AICTE to push these activities at scale, because sporadically here and there some kind of activities were happening before also. But when in 2015-2016, when we started looking at a national landscape, we realized that the institutionalization of this entire concept was not there. So when we proposed at that time hackathon, hardly any college has heard word hackathon, because hackathon used to be done by some real big private companies like Microsoft and Google, and even in India TCS or Infosys Persistent used to do that. But so when I started talking to large number of students and faculty members, they had not heard the word hackathon. So in 2015-16, I actually traveled across the country. I did a lot of what we can say awareness kind of workshops, and we conceptualized the Smart India Hackathon. Now, Smart India Hackathon has become world's biggest hackathon undoubtedly, and largest open innovation model in a sense. But more importantly, what Smart India Hackathon has helped us achieve is that we have created the culture of hackathon in this country. Means the model which Professor Prakash was talking about, that taking problem statements from the government and 60 days. We at AICTE we started in 2016 itself, and that model is now getting replicated across the country. Not only that, even tier 2, tier 3 cities are doing hackathons, to actually engage with youngsters, to pick their ideas and so on and so forth. But sir, that is just one aspect of it. Hackathon is just one aspect. It is one way of actually looking at. But if you have to actually institutionalize the entire concept, then we have to build systems and models within our organizations, within our educational institutions, which are there on ground working 24/7. And for that, sir, we conceptualize these IICs, Institutional Innovation Councils. And I'm very happy to share with you, sir, that currently we have Institutional Innovation Councils in around 13,000 plus institutions, out of which we can safely say about 50-60% IICs are very, very active, okay, and they are achieving. So last time we just took a review of what the IIC's activities. About 80,000 different innovation related activities and entrepreneurship related activities have been done by these institutions at the local level. Because many times we at top, we try to push things, but when there is a bottom up approach, then the culture actually gets developed. That's one aspect. The second aspect, which is very important, is, sir, we have to also ensure that we need to have on-ground change agents also. Institutionalization is happening, then there has to be someone who will champion that cause on a very regular way.
That's very important.
Yeah. So we trained innovation ambassadors, sir. So now we have innovation ambassadors in colleges also, and we have innovation ambassadors in schools also. Now we have taken it to schools. So about 25-30,000 innovation ambassadors in college, about 20 to 23,000 innovation ambassadors in schools we have now. Okay. So, sir, IICs, innovation ambassadors, now they are actually championing these initiatives on a, what we can say, a daily basis, or they are on ground on a change agent. The third important thing is, sir, then as he rightly again said, we have to give a policy push also, sir. Because if there is no right policy, if there is no right incentivization of students, of teachers, then it's very difficult for them to motivate. But if you have the right kind of framework where we are, and sir, thanks to you, I will be very honest here, because currently the faculty norms which we are working on, I have no qualms in accepting this, that Professor Sitharam actually gave push to saying that please ensure that the faculty norms now for recruitment as well as promotions, you should have right incentivization for innovation and entrepreneurship activities. And he has given us guidance multiple times, and we are actually now changed the framework also accordingly. But so that is also very important piece. But we also got another policy place in place, which we called as NSIP, that is National Innovation and Startup Policy for Faculty and Students. Sir, I am very happy to share with you that more than 2,000 plus institutions, which includes large number of universities, have adopted that policy with minor tweaking. So now universities have policies. There are a lot of these kind of hackathon-like events, idea competition, grand challenges kind of events happening. There are IICs on ground. There are innovation ambassadors on ground. And on top of it, sir, as AICTE now, we are funding also good ideas through our UPTI initiative. So what we do is that these initiatives should eventually come up with the right kind of ideas which could be taken forward. They could be championed, they could be incubated. Because it's easy to build an incubator. It's just putting a building in place. But where is the pipeline of ideas?
Yes.
And if you have to ensure that an incubator is successful, we need to ensure that there is a heavy pipeline of ideas, because there is a value of death which is there. And at the end of the day, only 3 or 4% of the startups are going to actually go ahead and be successful, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jere. But at the same time, you talked about innovation, you talked about startups, so and ideas also. So intellectual property right is another area where
Very true,
is
sir.
very, very important in this area.
Yeah.
So what under your leadership at AICTE you have done an IPR, and I'm aware of the work like Kapila, and
Yes.
as well as now the new ideas and innovation center.
Yes.
Maybe can you just
Yes.
throw lights on these two aspects of it?
Again, sir, you have got a very important point, sir. Sir, again, as you see, we have to give huge push for IP in our institutions, because we are now not competing with our peers. We are competing with the developed world because of Viksit Bharat. And if you really look at the kind of numbers which China is putting out in terms of IP, or which US is putting out in terms of IP, we need to be comparable, correct? And currently we are not, to be very honest with you. Even latest data, sir, 3 days back only you shared with me that one stats where China is putting out 16 lakh patents annually. We are still 70,000. We have long way to go. But sir, before we actually started working on this, that position was much worse. Okay. In last 3 years, and that is the reason we initiated Kapila, as you rightly said, sir. Where we wanted to actually give impetus to IP filing in our institution, in our educational institutions. And I am, sir, very happy to share with the entire panel is that in last 2.5 years, there is 270% increase in IP filings. Initially, it was from our institution 6,000-7,000. Now it has gone to 21,000. It's phenomenal jump. Yes, as I rightly said, we have long way to go. We know where we have to go, but the ecosystem has now started looking into. Because 5 years back, if you really look at, 80% of our educational institutes had never filed IP ever, or more than that maybe, you know. But now, because of these programs like Kapila, now that mindset has started changing. And once you have that, once people start getting into that track, then we Indians know how to get things done. But apart from that, sir, one more very concrete initiative which AICTE has taken is creation of 13 innovation centers, out of which 12 are ready. And this happened under chairmanship of Professor T.J. Sitharam only. Because when he joined, or when he took over as chairman, we had regional centers, we had closed down our regional offices, and we had infrastructure. So we were discussing what can be done there. And that time we said, let's explore whether we can use these infrastructures to actually create an ecosystem, or create an offices which can push ecosystems within our education. And from that perspective, we started these innovation centers. And now we have innovation managers. We are collaborating with international foundations and so on and so forth. So, sir.
Thank you very much. And I just want to, for the audience purpose, I would like to tell the entire MIC at AICTE activities were third-party audited
Yes.
by IIT Delhi, which has shown a very positive aspect of the innovation activities conducted at AICTE. Close to about 15,000 crore worth
Valuation.
Valuation has
Of
been
our
done.
companies.
This is an independent review, assessment by a management science faculty of Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi. So that gives you a really a thumbs up for your activities here. So friends, you know, we also have to know the government of India also has a very similar kind of initiative, whether it's Stand Up India, Startup India. Okay, so Professor Bhurid, how the startup and Atal Innovation Mission and Make in India programs of the government of India has influenced the growth of entrepreneurship, and particularly your city is known for, you know, hub of entrepreneurial activity, Pune. So how does you feel, you know, these are important, and how you are going to plan to integrate that to your institution?
Thank you very much, sir. as Dr. Jere said, we at COEP we have a unique model. Like COEP is Bhau Institute. It's a kind of unique, the institution within university, a Section 8 company, which is started to provide the necessary, the education about innovation, entrepreneurship, and related education to the students of the institute. And under that program, from 2008 to 2018, around 17-18, we are providing the courses on entrepreneurship, innovation, and incubation to our students. Some of the programs were conducted by the eminent personalities from US as well. And then 2018, the ATAL, we got a funding through ATAL Innovation Scheme. And after getting the funding from ATAL Innovation Scheme, I'll just share the numbers. 323 startups we have supported. Out of them, 148 they have graduated. And out of that, women's participation is in around 67 startups. And around 132 IPs are generated out of that. Now we are working on monetization of these IPs. How do we monetize those IPs? Because even in institution, a lot of our PhD students and faculty, they publish papers and then also publish the patents. But once the PhD is over, then that remains as a patent file. So we are working on that. How do we monetize those patents? And that is what we are working through our Bhau's institution. One more activity we are conducting through this Bhau's institution, that around 35 institutions, out of which 10 are engineering and management colleges and 25 polytechnics of the Maharashtra. You have signed a MOU with government, and will be mentoring those institutions in setting up the innovation, incubation and entrepreneurship cells there. The faculty from those institutions, they'll come to COEP, we will train them, and our mentors are also going to those institutions and conducting regular programs on innovation, entrepreneurship and the related activities in those institutions. That's how we are trying to build the ecosystem, as Dr. Jere said. And I remember very well in 2016-17, when I was in my earlier institution, VJTI, also COEP, he came with the idea how to, and he was so passionate about that, Smart India Hackathon, visiting all those big institutions, finding out how we can conduct and how that program will be, formulated in different institutions across India. And that really helped us in creating the innovation, incubation, the ecosystem in the institution and on campuses.
You're very right. MIC institutions, MIC Ministry of Innovation Council at AICTE is really, changed the scenario of innovation and also the activities on our startups and entrepreneurial activities on different campuses across the country. So I would like to share 6,600 startups have been created at all AICTE approved institutions, which is a huge number, So coming back to you, Professor, you are sort of a joy city of India, Kolkata, okay? And how is that, particularly Government of India initiatives like Atal Innovation Mission, Make in India has influenced the growth of entrepreneurship at your institution? Not only your, maybe the entire institutions across the East and Northeast, because Northeast is also now gateway for us, So what do you feel about your views?
IIEST being the probably oldest actually in the legacy, it has its own kind of thinking towards this innovation concept, and we have actually established one center called Tagore Center for Green Energy and Business Innovation. This is way back in 2010. So when the innovation kind of concepts were coming up, so that way the concept of thinking towards innovation, starting from research, because as I told you, this institute was primarily established for going for higher end research. So the postgraduate programs and research, and those things were the forte. And so the research culminating into innovation and then taking forward to entrepreneurship. The seeding was done in somewhere around 2010. Subsequently, though the number did not go very much, but then at least we had about say 25 to 30 startups being incubated in this center, and that too in areas where related to robotics, mechatronics, and in prosthetics. So we have a very excellent lab, where this prosthetics also has been done, and some aids have been developed, and they have been successfully demonstrated. And these were done by mostly the undergrad students. So we had a very good kind of culture, for working into the human angle also. Apart from the regular, the solar hub also, as I told you, the fabrication center was established, and that's how doing advanced research in solar cell related characterization and manufacturing. And so that also actually helped us to have some people from industry coming forward and supporting these ventures actually. So apart from regular government funding that has happened through green energy, that renewable energy and all. But as he has mentioned, like Mr. Jere, that innovation councils and CBDE, the recent concept of the capacity building in design and entrepreneurship has really has come up, and now the research innovation park which we are thinking of to establish in these institutions has to have some kind of good quality researchers taking admission, or good quality postgraduate programs, helping to go for innovation. Though undergrad students can always have some kind of zeal, energy, and making up culture through Atal tinkering and all. But then the higher research, unless somebody mentors them, guides them, it may not take to the shape of the real patenting part that we are looking for. So the clear-cut understanding about IPR policies and a bit of guidance related to patenting, probably that is one area where probably some more hand-holding is required in a formal way. And the legality, the legal issues and the financial issues, the agreements, these are in some of the areas where probably a little more knowledge and little more kind of mentoring would be required. So that I think the number of patents, as you mentioned, has to catch up now, if not to China level, but at least we should be able to reach a good number.
Yeah, thank you. I think you also raised another very important point, design thinking. Okay, so AICTE actually organizes what is called as IDE boot camps. Maybe I'll request Dr. Jere to highlight on innovation, design thinking, and entrepreneurship boot camps, which we started when I joined actually.
Yes.
So how you think that's very important, and why did we start that, and how many are participating, and where it is going?
Sir, again, you have raised a very, very important issue, sir. Because what we have realized over a period of time, when we were going through hackathons and our IICTE innovation challenges and those kind of things, and this was actually elaborated by Honorable Prime Minister also in his interaction with us regarding Smart India Hackathon. So what we realized was that students are coming up with real good concepts, but when they are developing their products, those products are very shabby, in a sense, wires hanging from here and there, screws going. But if you really want to ensure that a product gets monetized or go to the market, because at the end of the day, it's a business. Somebody has to pay for it, right? Then the look and feel, the ergonomics associated with the miniaturization aspects, the material aspects are very, very important. And all those aspects come under design, So idea has to be certainly new, but design also has to be really great. And from that perspective, then when me and Sitharam sir were discussing on this, what we can do, and our what we can say directions from our Honorable Prime Minister, we said let's do something about it, and we conceptualized this IDE boot camp, which we call as innovation, design, and entrepreneurship boot camps. Okay, and we actually partnered with Wadhwani Foundation in this regard. So we did this first round of IDE boot camps. 25 IDE boot camps were done across the country, where each boot camp had around 250 students, and those were handpicked students, not random students, who have flair for innovation, who have flair for doing new things, those kind of things. It also had some school students also. So we did it very successfully. We wanted to tell students and faculty members that just don't focus on ideas. You also need to focus on your design aspect. if you want to see the product actually moving to market. And now we are coming up with the second round of IDE boot camps, which we did 5 we have already done. Again, one set is big set, about 10 is actually planned. So
Similarly, you started also in the school education.
yes, school education also we started. Because at the end of the day, these concepts need to be actually imbibed in our school students. Because if school students are coming up with rote culture, you know, swallow and vomit kind of a culture, and suddenly once they go to graduation, you ask them to innovate. How they can innovate? They cannot innovate. So creativity and innovation, ideation aspects needs to be nurtured at the school level. So
And I think a very important point you made, that is how do you nurture the young people to innovation and then startup and then their own entrepreneurial journey. So let me come back to you, Professor, because I have seen around your university, IIT Madras Research Park is really going great guns, and yours is also a lot of activities.
No, we are going to establish our own. We are going to establish our own research park, for which like we had sought funding support from government, and government is kind enough to provide funding support, and the construction is going to start. Mainly, the focus area is on automobile and aerospace. Areas which are not covered in IITM Research Park, we would like to cover.
Very nice.
And Industry 4.0, industrial automation, process automation. These are the areas which we would like to focus. And we would like to collaborate with the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, also CDAC. And then government has established many incubation centers. Yeah. So all that, they will function from this
and also, I've extensively traveled in Tamil Nadu, particularly the AICTE approved institutions, where I've seen a lot of activities of this kind, even in engineering colleges.
Yes, sir.
So another very important question to you is, so there I have also seen they started teaching the international different languages to the students. For example, small colleges talking about Japanese training, yes, Korean, so how does that will help in putting, along with the skills, entrepreneurial culture, in the technical.
So we have a center called Center for International Relation.
Okay. And
through that center, we offer these kind of foreign language courses, German, Japanese, and these courses are offered to our students.
That is at Anna University.
Not only Anna University, sir. Nearby college also students also they can take up these courses, because these courses are held beyond office hours, beyond working hours. So students, if they are interested, they can take up these courses.
Yeah.
But sir, I will quote you only here, which you talk, that now India is going to be the powerhouse of engineers for the globe. So we will be giving engineers to the globe. So from that perspective, the training, language training and those kind of things are going to be very important.
Very pertinent.
Yes, exactly, sir. And this we have made, like in the curriculum itself, we have integrated this.
Yeah, very nice actually.
And the other part is, sir, as a part of curriculum, we have introduced capstone project also.
Oh, very good. That's an excellent.
So in the curriculum itself, we have integrated.
They got trained right on solving the problems.
Yeah, real world problems. So they will connect with the industries and semester long internship, capstone project, all this. As a part of curriculum, it has been integrated.
Professor Bhurid, I would like to come to you on self-learning. You see, AICTE also, Dr. Jere has actually created MBA programs on entrepreneurship itself completely. It is not a course of learning by somebody teacher teaching them or no. They will be learning by creating their own startup at the end of 2 years.
Yes.
So these programs are also being done. So how do you see self-learning either through simple courses on emerging areas using Swayam or Swayam Plus, or even NEET, national education, and what are the challenges of creditizing these? Whatever student does, whether it is an entrepreneurship, startup, or self-learning, or courses on Swayam, Swayam Plus, what are the challenges you see on creditizing and making part of the curriculum?
Yeah, very good.
Because you being a
very good
professor
question.
and chairman.
Because I'll tell about our own structure.
Yeah.
In our own structure, we have within 160 credits, one minor, which is essentially non-engineering, from non-engineering discipline. Like we have finance, economics, entrepreneurship, then public policy, and so many. So we have made a basket of around 20 such courses of 16 credits. So four courses in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh semester. So these 4 courses will be provided, and the student will get minor in that. And they are essentially out of engineering discipline. And to add to this one, we are getting a lot of inquiries from Japanese companies that they want engineers, and we are offering a minor in these these foreign languages.
There are verticals
for which the Japanese embassy is ready to provide the required training and all that. So we are creating that kind of this thing. As you said, embedding this the self learning and all that. We do have the MOOCs based courses, NPTEL based courses for our students, and we encourage those the students to take those courses, specifically where the teachers are not available. First thing, there are certain courses still, though we are in a Pune city, there are some courses where there are fantastic the courses developed by NPTEL and MOOCs, and there cannot be a substitute to those courses. So first we identify those courses, and those courses are offered to the student. The another part is where the faculty is not available for certain, because still we are under government of Maharashtra, and then there are a lot of issues of employment of engaging faculty, recruitment, all that. So those courses we offer through these the various online platforms. The issue with those courses is mainly our academics starts maybe first year starts after the cutoff dates and all that. It's delayed, and then the courses, these online courses, specifically NPTEL courses, their start date is fixed, and they are offered not in every semester. There's some cycles, and then sometimes the student miss that bus, and then it becomes difficult for us to though we want, but students cannot opt for that course. That is one issue which
assessment. For that, I just wanted to add you to your whatever information you gave. Ministry of Education has come up with a model now. You can conduct your own assessment for self-learning courses. So that's a very new initiative, wherein you don't need to wait for NPTEL to be registered, pay the fees, and they evaluate you. You can do that yourself now. MOE has done that. This is going to be a very unique one. But still, the challenge what I was asking you is, how as an university, you're a vice chancellor of a university when compared to us here. He's a registrar. He also can answer that question. How academicians are ready to accept all prior learning as well as the learning which happens through other modes as part of the curriculum credits, because National Credit Framework actually gives a very good framework for accommodating all these. But are we ready to do this, or where our academic administration is going in this direction?
So in the curriculum, self-learning course is made mandatory, sir.
That is UGC, AICTE, both have said.
No, in our curriculum we have included that.
I'll come back to you. Just
as you rightly pointed out, still we need to convince our faculty members to accept this. Let me tell you upfront, because of certain.
But administrations are ready.
Yeah, administration is in very much favor of
policies are ready.
Policies are ready. Policies are excellent. Only thing is we need to educate our faculty members how these courses and how prior learning is going to help the student. See, here we have to, our focus should be a student, not what I am getting out of that.
Exactly, that's about anything.
There where is we need to work a bit more.
And here maybe Prakash might
convince our faculty members that how this courses and the prior learning is important for the student in their career development, including employability.
Here's a large number of institutions. how this is shaping up in your institution?
Sir, so for that reason, no, in the recent, we have thoroughly revised our curriculum, and these are the courses that we have introduced. In addition to professional core and professional elective courses, we have introduced now emerging technology courses, open elective courses, self-learning courses, industry-oriented courses, and skill development courses. So this, it has been integrated as a part of the curriculum. So students have to take courses from each and every vertical. So there are a set of courses, and students have to take courses from this, and that way, so they'll be able to learn the technical skills and soft skills.
Thank you. Lastly, Professor Murthy, see today digital education, but particularly in emerging areas, whether it is AR, VR, or data science, artificial intelligence, robotics, okay, and then even now generative AI, all these are really coming in a very big way, and it's transforming not just our life, everything what happens. So in that scenario, and where do you think engineering education will lead to? Maybe,
very pertinent and tough question to answer. Basically, it is again acceptability, what he was mentioning about how we accept the template. As he mentioned, the NEP template now very well carefully crafts all these points, like the skill development courses, elective courses, industry oriented, all these are actually a part of now NEP. So the NEP template that when we are trying to implement in our university, there is generally a kind of, where do I cut the courses? This is the kind of question comes up. So some merger, amalgamation, and some kind of, deletion. So we are not prepared to reduce our content of delivery actually. That is the basic problem we are finding.
Very good point you made. Very good.
Second is, like, when it comes to, again, as I said, it should be student learning centric. It's not just only delivery centric, like the teacher is available, that's why we have to teach. It's not like that. What is required actually we have to. So I gave a clear indication that now we are working, first time we are going to work on the NEP template preparation, and the team is working now. So we will be working into this, like how do we accommodate even that online courses that he was talking about. We are going to recognize, Bureau of Indian Standards, we had a MOU with them. So they have come up with an online course now. We have accepted it. Now it is being taken into that recognition, that credit recognition. And historically, this institute particularly has a highest number of credits. If you look at it, it's somewhere around 180, 190, something like that. So when we evaluated this, and across NITs and across IITs, when I see 150, 160 or something like that. So the average number of load that we are giving has to totally change. So this, everybody got convinced now, we are going to work on that. So while we reduce carefully, the course content there, but without compromising on domain specific training. But this technology, the digital education that you talked about, the AR, VR integration, all kinds of, the new technology. Our IT department, we have IT department also, we have a computer science technology department, and working closely to bring in these new courses there. And again, as I was attending one leadership program where it was clearly mentioned that 60% of education in future would be online. So slowly we have to gear up. So as he also said, how do we accept it? Like the existence of a professor.
To cut that, we have also created, working professionals program, which is in the evening. Okay.
For part-time.
So it is not part-time. We don't call part-time.
It's not part-time.
It's
Now
a regular degree, regular time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
For working professionals.
flexible.
For working
flexible hours, flexible timing
For
for
working-
working professionals.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, a diploma, an ITI student
Certificate
working
diploma.
can do a diploma. A diploma student can do a
bachelor's
BTech
degree in
degree.
engineering.
BTech degree fellow can do an MTech degree. All this can happen. I mean, you will also get a regular degree. You will not get a part-time degree, evening
I
degree.
understand.
No,
Yeah.
will be a regular degree. This program actually at AICTE we launched last year. It has really taken in a big way.
No.
So coming back to you on that particular aspect of transformation of adopting newer technology, because there is another
Teaching.
major problem. Because majority of the seats now in engineering at AICTE institution taken in the emerging areas, whether it is data science, computer science, artificial intelligence. So how do you see the role of core engineering? Because you coming from a hardcore mining person
mining and civil,
then civil institution,
Yeah.
civil engineering institution,
Yeah.
how do you see the importance of core engineering in the future?
Sir, I think that we cannot completely, we cannot say that the core engineering will not be required in future. It is the mainstay only, that will be there. All these technology is going to basically aid our core engineering
Very
business
good, very nicely said.
more, efficiently and more conveniently to manage it. It's basically, I consider it as a managing tool. whatever new technology that we are talking about is a management tool where we try to get the data and try to manage a system or a process or whatever. But the core process, if it's not existing, then what is that we will be doing with this technology? So the technology integration with core engineering discipline is the need of the hour. So domain knowledge experts and the technology experts have to work hand in hand. And some courses, some in core, which actually the new education policy we can craft in that way, that some core courses with not too much of overloading also at undergrad level. Then subsequently, if it is required at postgrad level, we introduce some high level courses there in core domain. But technology will always, we have to embrace it in these core domains also, and then educate them through advanced pedagogy and all those things. I think I'm sure it will be successful.
Thank you. I think India,
Sir,
please.
with the support of again from the government of Tamil Nadu Higher Education Department, tomorrow we are going to organize a workshop on why core engineering still matters.
Yes.
They need to continue core programs despite the AI and ML boom. This we have invited all the chairmen, and there is going to be brainstorming session, and we are going to request them not to close core engineering programs.
Excellent initiative.
So this with the support of Higher Education Department, we are going to conduct tomorrow, sir.
No, very, very excellent initiative. I keep mentioning this in every speech of mine, and we have also introduced special scholarship for core engineering students to attract, if you did not know, 5,000 scholarship full 4 years we will give for core engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical.
Great.
So this is already done. Okay,
Excellent.
it's not to be done. It's done from this year itself.
Oh, great, sir.
Okay, please announce that.
Tomorrow we will announce.
Tomorrow you announce that.
Great.
I will.
And there are a lot of takers.
So how many scholarships?
5,000.
5,000
Sir,
scholarships.
one more request, sir, from my
Yeah,
side
please.
is if you have to make core engineering, as an attractive option, we need to view at these particular, job positions in a different way. Like the industry has to offer some kind of incentives or encouragements, whatever may be. It could be productive based or productivity linked based, but the kind of packages the core industry right now getting, if you compare with any IT industry, obviously there will be, it's a deterrent actually. So unless
initially you are right, but we did an interaction with automobile industry. Their packages are better than even IT industry.
Yes.
Average packages over a period of
Majority
time.
of them
But
are
once
unorganized.
first 2-3 years maybe a chance. But anyway, coming back to let me close this because it's going to be it's already a long time.
Yeah.
So friends, I think we are in the transformation. India has actually transformed itself as a engineering education, providing engineering education to the whole world. At this time, the way we really run these programs are also changing. I could see very clearly. So a lot of emphasis is given on curriculum and industry readiness, industry collaboration, and then even industry professors we have introduced now. Professors of practice. With all these new changes coming in with national education policy is in the forefront, giving a lot of flexibility as well as it is centered around students. Its entire thing is for students and see how they become successful. So with this focus in mind, I think India is going to be poised to be the leader in technical education in years to come. With this focus, let me thank all of you for joining for this discussions on technical education, innovation, entrepreneurship, startups, and also many other initiatives which we talked about today in this session. Well, I think will be very useful. I hope these videos will be seen by many across the institutions because I really, felt very happy to interact with all of you. Thank you once again for coming to All India Council for Technical Education at New Delhi, and we hope that we can continue to do these kind of discussions in the future as well. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.